you continue with the controversial topics here. And you go, which I found this one almost counterintuitive. You say, okay, fire your manager.
Yeah.
There's a section in the book that just plainly says, fire your manager. Why is that?
Okay, so, and I need to keep saying this again and again and again and again. This is how I do this, do music and do buying. But, and the other part of this is that I wrote this book for musicians that want more gigs, that are they may not necessarily be young musicians, but they're in the earlier stages of their career, all that kind of stuff. So what happens very often, I've found, is you're playing a lot, you're gigging, or you're practicing, pushing it hard. And it starts to get, it can get tough. It's a beating sometimes. This is hard. This is a business. This is tough to do. And so you've got a fan. Usually it's a fan that loves what you're doing, thinks you're awesome, loves the band, wants to be a part of what you're doing, and they're at all the shows. They help you carry the equipment. They're always, they're that big, supportive, awesome person, right? And God love them. They're great to have around. Yeah. But one day, because they're not a musician, but they want to be a part of what's going on, they say, hey, I would love to be your manager. And they're smart. They're great people. You trust them. They've got some creativity about it, and go, man, this is perfect. They're a perfect fit for us. We like them. I love having them around. They're already at all of the shows. I hate doing the business part of this thing. I hate talking to venues. I hate the rejection. This is really starting to beat me down. And this person really understands that world better for me. So I'm going to make a professional move, and I'm going to have that person take over. And what happens a lot of the time is they're coming out of the gate really strong, and they're going, man, I'm going to go to these venues, and I'm going to help them get what they're worth, and I'm going to get them more, and I'm going to get it's going to be awesome. They're trying to really prove their value, right? And they come to talent buyers like me, and they haven't been in this game. They're not a musician. They don't really they may understand their world, but they may not understand this world. And so how do they prove their worth? Is to try and get you more money, or get you more this, or get you more that, which is great, until they start trying to really push their weight around, or they tick off the talent buyers, or they really tick off the venues, or this or that or whatever. And or the other side of that equation is, because they're the ones now holding all the information, if they forget to tell you a gig was happening, or they didn't communicate this, or they didn't communicate that. And so it's not to say that you can't have a manager. It's not to say that. What I'm saying is, if you want to make this your career, it's far better to do those things that are pretty difficult at first. You get into a rhythm for a while by yourself, so that you know what you want. You know what you want. You know what you want to play for. You know what the figures should be. If somebody forgets a gig and it was you, then no worries, right? If somebody forgets a gig and it was your manager, man, and so that's what I see happen a lot of the time, is because this is a tiring business. And so you see this amazing light where somebody goes, I'm going to manage for you and take all the business off of your shoulders. And you go, man, I can just focus on music now. This is great. And what happens and I see it happen all the time. It's one of the number one killers for bands that I see all the time, is that manager comes in and just tanks it for them. A manager should come in with connections and networks for people that you don't already have. They should know people that you need to want to know. They need to be in this game with a lot of experience to give you direction. And so if you're giving them the direction, if they're new to this game, if they don't know anybody that you don't know, then they're not giving you the things you need to go higher. They may be taking a little bit of weight off of you, but in the end, you're going to pay for it. Because now, again, there's some that have been great. There's been a lot that I've worked with that have really hurt musicians. That was never their intention. It was never the intention of the musician. It was never the intention of the person. But they have made it very difficult for certain venues or buyers to want to work with them. And it was all well intentioned, but that's how it panned out in the end.
All right. Right on.